Hello nerds, you may remember in my last video I talked about Timbaland's new controversy. Basically, he signed an AI artist, some chick with pink hair whose name is Tata. Yeah, her name's really Tata. On its face, the story does not seem that bad until you peel back the skin and you look where the body has been, and then you realize, oh, this is actually quite foul. You know, Timbaland had been saying things before like AI music is the only thing with soul these days, something along those lines, paraphrasing here. He also mocked artists and producers in response to this controversy. If you want the full backstory, I will link that video down in the description. I also have a playlist of his past controversies too if you just want to catch up on that stuff. All you need to know though is he's done a lot of bad things in the past 10 years. Some stuff such as, not paying employees. Anyways, we got a new response from him. And basically it's a 4-hour live stream with him debating Young Guru and some other people popping in and out. One of his yes men is also there. Honestly, the whole thing kind of came across as like some sort of AI intervention to me, or an attempt at it, with Young Guru trying to rehabilitate Timbaland from his generative AI use. In this video, I'm gonna try to condense what happened in that 4-hour live stream. I spent hours last night, blood, sweat, and tears, real blood, sweat, and tears, not AI blood, sweat, and tears. I watched that thing for 4 hours and cut out the best moments, the funniest moments, interesting moments. So we're gonna go through those today. We're gonna have some reactions, we're gonna have a little bit of fun, and we'll see if this thing progresses any further. Really quickly, I want to do a preamble about people's problems with generative AI, because I feel like if I don't properly state this, we're going to get a bunch of really dumb comments. We're probably going to get a bunch of really dumb comments anyways, but let me just get this out the way real quick. So if you don't understand the problem with AI, the problem isn't even AI itself, it's with generative AI. The issue is it replacing human creativity, or people attempting to replace human creativity with it. And it's done via machine learning that was trained in unethical, unconsented, and uncompensated ways. Now, are there ways to use AI and generative AI ethically? Yeah, there is. But that's not what's going on. For those of you who don't know, platforms such as Suno and Udio, they were trained on basically the entirety of music. It scraped a ton of music off the internet, probably even your music, and it was utilized to train an algorithm that can basically make whatever you want. Okay, sorry, I just had to do my little rant about generative AI before we get into this. That way people are kind of understanding mine and other people's stances on it. The issue is really just the unconsented training. When the entire creative process is just replaced with generating something via AI, it sucks. Like, I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in a world where one of my favorite art forms, music, is completely replaced by computer programming, you know? And I don't have a problem with synthesizers, computers, anything like that, but I just don't want machine learning to replace the thing that makes it human. You know, I don't like that. And I don't know why people would like that, unless you're just creatively bankrupt. Okay, anyway, on to the live stream response. So honestly, a majority of this 4 hours is a huge waste of time, but I've actually sat through and watched this big pile of steaming shit, Clockwork Orange style. I had my second channel editor, Casey, handsomely tie me up and stick pins through my eyes. That way I could watch it at 2x speed and not be allowed to leave the room. And honestly, I wanted to die for a majority of it. And I will say it is eye-opening. Granted, I couldn't open my eyes anymore because they were as open as possible already. But maybe it'll be eye-opening for you.
I said, you know what? He's the best one to, like, goddamn, break it down, help, get in my ass.
No.
Not really. I know what you're saying. Pause.
So as you can see, we're off to an amazing start so far.
This tool has allowed me to be even more creative than I've ever been, because it's like I can reimagine and tell and prompt and tell a snare to go over here versus me going on my Ableton and doing it maybe take me a little longer.
What? I just don't really understand what he's saying here, because it's so easy to move a snare around in a DAW.
We don't give out participation awards just because you win this thing. You got to win. You got to come in this thing and like really figure out what the game is, how to make the best music, how to work in the industry. So I'm like, it's supposed to be hard, bro. It ain't supposed to be easy. Now, with that said, if there's certain tools that make it easier, I understand that. My whole thing is just to not replace the human work, them hours that you got to put in of learning an instrument, all the things that a kid gets from.
I'm gonna be honest, it kind of just seems like he doesn't really give a shit. You know, it's like it's just going in one ear, going out the other. That's what I mean about this, like being like an intervention. It's like an intervention where the person doesn't really want to go to rehab.
When I really dive into it, it's really like a doll on steroids, right? The problem is it creates music. Now that's the only problem. Like there's a problem where, you know, about how it's been trained and stuff like that and whatever. But that's like, that's a little like, I don't know, because it feels like, I don't know if it's trained off of people's music. I think it's trained off of theory.
Honestly, I think Timbaland is really disingenuous because there's no way somebody is this ignorant and is a part of the company. He's the strategic advisor of Suno. Suno has gone to court and been busted for training it off people's music. They've already been caught. Why is he pretending like that's not what happened?
No, it's trained off of people's music. So
well, tell me that. So how can you? How do you see that? Like, how do you?
So here's what it is, right?
Hold on, let me go to the bathroom.
When you come in with AI.
And this is what I mean about him not giving a shit. He goes to the bathroom like 15 times throughout this stream, roughly. Here, I'll play a little montage of it, of just the clips that I did catch. I mean, I probably. All I'm saying is if I went to the bathroom 15 times during a 3 or 4 hour live stream, I'm doing cocaine, all right? That's all I'm saying. If that was me, that's what I would be doing.
6 months. It's going to get faster and faster and better and better. Now, when we get into AI, we understand a situation where we're analyzing what we do. So I can sit there and analyze everything about a Timbaland beat.
Yo, Timbo be looking at everything.
Yeah.
I'm saying you. I'm sorry, Guru. I'm about to interview Moray. I'm about to get off, but he like, you got Timbaland? I'm like, you want to say what's up?
What's up, OG?
What's up, Poppy? What's poppin', brother? What you up to?
Do you see what I'm saying about this not being taken seriously at all? I feel like Young Guru is like really trying to preach to him. He's trying to help him understand how this is kind of wrong. And, you know, him and his Yes Man, this creator god guy, they're just not taking this serious at all, dude. They're just having like random people on, you know, guys popping in to say hi, like mid rant, like it's a fucking clown show, dude.
AI is not really intelligence. It's really only taking what we do and making it extremely faster. So I can analyze it's the same way you'll look at these kids and they'll do YouTube video and be like, here's how you do the J Dilla beat. Here's how you do the Timbaland beat. Here's how you do the RZA beat. And they breaking down what you do, but you still copying. The same way that you were so different. The reason that Timbo is Timbo is because when we first heard you, it was the we had never heard them drums like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was a new flavor and a new vibe. It was something that you created along with whatever was going on in the room with you, Missy, Genuine, Aaliyah, all of y'all.
So I think part of the problem here is they're trying too hard to appeal to his ego. And I think Timbaland's ego is kind of what got him in this position in the first place. I do respect Young Guru big time, though, because he's trying to do this tastefully and with respect, even when he's not getting the same respect back.
It was something that was never done before, and it impressed us. So now if somebody can copy that, it hits us the wrong way because we like, where's the human invention in it? Where's the creativity? Where's the thing of saying, okay, we've listened to this thing for 3 or 4 months on radio. You remember that point where everybody was copying you?
They still do, man.
Everybody, right? We got tired of it and Tim moved on. So after we get out of that phase, we get to a Justin Timberlake phase.
So the same sort of thing happened to J Dilla too when he popped onto the scene. You know, people would copy his sound, and when enough people started copying his sound, he would innovate and change his sound, and he just continued to keep doing that.
I got a question.
I know what you're saying.
The market doesn't accept the copies. For, you know what I'm saying? Like the market, people can push a copy, but it ain't gonna really go nowhere, right? Like,
Yes, it will.
I really disagree, because there have been many points in history where the copy has overshadowed the original. I mean, and I really think it comes down to marketing. You know, if the marketing is stronger, or if the product is a bit better on the copy, then it can overtake the original.
Y'all, I hope y'all understand what popular
No.
is.
But
Right?
let me say something. I look at somebody in the chat say,
Okay, go ahead.
Timbaland be up here stealing people music and training people music. I'm here to upgrade you. Why would I want to train off of something that I'm helping you get better on?
Listen, I don't want to be this guy, but go scrub through his live streams. Look at how much helping there is. Tell me there's a lot of help going on there. It's mostly just trashing and shitting on people.
I have my own music. I can't train something that I don't own. I don't own, you know, like if I had an AI company that you can upload, I can train you. I can't do that.
you still need millions of songs.
I can't train you. I could just listen to your music. I can't do that.
I mean, honestly, he just put himself in this position, man. Like, what do you expect? You're up here reviewing people's music like daily, all day. And then you also become the strategic advisor of Suno, also while being an addict of using Suno. Like, I read before that this guy uses Suno like 8 hours a day. You know, you set yourself up to look like you're training other people's music. I don't think you are. And I think it's a dumb thing to think that, but you put yourself in this position, dude. I understand why people think that.
But I'm just saying, we talking about laws now. Cause that's what you really complain. You like, and exactly what I was telling you earlier. I said the problem with people is not AI, it's the regulations.
Right. Laws, regulations.
When I tell you that earlier, I said it's when I said I got an AI artist. I don't have no. How can I own an AI? It's not nothing to own.
He is actually right about this. The problem is with regulations, but I think the real big issue here is he's just like a pillar of the music production community, and he's also a strategic advisor of Suno. I've said that a bunch of times at this point, and he's also leading the force on pushing it forward. It's just a really bad look. He's like a legend, so you know, people don't want to see him do this.
The thing has to know that there's a difference between the Michael Jackson version of Butterfly and what's shorty that wrote Butterfly? Yeah.
Well,
we have to know that there's a difference between those two. The algorithm has to see a difference. And then there's a Mariah Carey version of Butterfly. Like, we can't just go off the name of the song. So once we understand that, we have to be able to tie that back, not only to the artists, but also to the writers and the producers, so that everybody has equity in this and everybody is getting paid.
I like what one DJ Soul said. He said blockchain technology.
Bro, there's no saving this guy. Blockchain technology, you're fucking cooked, bro. That doesn't solve anything. I got an idea. Let's have AI write the answer on how to solve the problem with AI. I know that's not what's being said here, but I'm making fun of how stupid this is. Okay, that's the joke. It's so fucking stupid that we're just trying to solve technology with more technology.
What's up? Hey, respect to everybody here.
Hey,
John, I respect you, bro. I respect. Hey, look, the reason I brought you here
because your post is crazy.
No. He didn't. We
got it. I mean it.
We got it. All right, we're gonna stand on it in this chat.
I mean everything about it, bro. I'm not double backing on it. Respect to your legacy, I would say. What I view this as right now is a betrayal to artists everywhere, bro. What you're doing is you're backdooring us. You got into a position of power, and instead of choosing to unionize and fight against this AI.
This guy's spitting, dude. This is a random viewer, I believe. And what Timbaland has done is he got up the ladder, and then once he got up the ladder, he pulled up the ladder. He's just pulling up the ladder for future artists at this point. And I don't know how he doesn't see that he's doing that, you know?
Hey, John.
And then you going by headlines, and I ain't do nothing. I ain't show you nothing. No, you going by headline. I ain't say nothing. That's why we up here. John, you saw a picture. Correct? You ain't hear no music. You ain't hear me play nothing. You ain't hear me. You don't even know what I'm building.
Dude, this guy's such a piece of shit. It's not just headlines. Why is there a picture of this woman that you sign? Why does she have a name? Why do you have a company that you're signing her to? It's not just fucking headlines, okay? It's a culmination of all of these things combined. The things you've said about AI in the past, the fact you're a strategic advisor, like they're trying to downplay it. They're trying to make it seem like it's not that big of a deal. And it kind of is. It kind of is a big deal.
So
I don't have an AI. How can I have an AI artist, John? It's nothing there.
So this is rage bait, bro?
No, it's not rage bait. No, I took something. I'm explaining what I did to make me come up with this idea.
Is he not lying? Is there not an AI artist? Did this picture just come out of thin air? Is he not going to be releasing songs other than the name Tata? I think he's full of shit. He's just trying to like get away. He's trying to distance himself from this after people were upset about it.
It's not as much you directly, it's anyone that stands on the side of what this is.
No, it is him. He's partnered with Suno. He's not just a guy using Suno. He's a guy helping push the company forward. I feel like I'm taking fucking crazy pills or something, dude. Like he's trying to gaslight people.
If it's you, it's Guru, if it's the bald gentleman on the right, whoever
Wait a
it
minute.
is.
So, but John, so you start saying I can't use a tool. Hold on. Just like I got this.
All I'm asking, listen.
I got this ASR here, so if I take my beat,
My brother.
What I say earlier about people comparing generative AI to samplers, you're trying to downplay it. You're trying to downplay all the things that it's done, all the people it's stolen from. You're trying to sweep it under the rug and be like, oh, it's just like using a sampler. People get credited for sampling. People get compensated for sampling.
And what we're saying is when we take a music artist and add digital stuff to it, we're taking all the music people that were behind the scenes of it, all the credits of it, and we're adding even more humans to make visuals for it.
And not paying them.
I mean, I understand there's a million different people that come along and have to be in a movie or what you're saying. I get what you're saying, bro. But the thing is, AI is not a collaborative thing. It's going to take away from collaboration. Why would I, say if I'm an asshole, right? Why would I wanna go out to LA to meet up with a bass player to work on some amazing music, have that in-person vibe, if I could just type in a fucking prompt? Why would I do that? You get what I'm saying? The cause and effect of this is nuclear.
That's the thing here. Like, this is a big picture thing. This is not a micro focus thing. You gotta look at the macro picture. You know, this is the kind of thing that could be the death of collaboration. It has much greater implications than what is often being discussed.
remember the plug-in machines, the hardware like Planet Fat. All the remember them.
Yes.
Okay, then when you press that button, that idiot button, do, that bitch started playing, didn't it? Okay, what switch? Bam. That was in there. That was part of starting to take rhythms of people and started to implement. That was the start of it.
Can you imagine a world where Jay Dilla is still alive and he's going around trying to get compensation off of every single song that uses a somewhat similar rhythm to him, as opposed to continuing to go on and make innovative music?
At the same time, you gotta say, yo, he should have gave credit to the person that made that preset.
They didn't. That started back then. That rolling.
Okay,
you hit that button.
I get it.
But what I'm trying to say is the machine was already learning.
Bro, this guy's so lost. A person did that. The machine did not do that. Like, I feel like this guy just does not know how computers work. This guy shouldn't have anywhere as much influence as he does. He doesn't even know how a fucking computer works.
I've been telling you.
The machine was programmed. If you guys are talking about something from back then, it was programmed.
It's about giving credit to the person.
No, man, because you can hit that shit. That shit do random.
But that's the thing. It's programmed to do random. It's
no, man. I think because it's digital. How do we know that?
Okay, so he's saying that AI existed 20 or 30 years ago on this device that was playing his music. I'm actually worried about this guy's sanity. Are Gen X people just like this? Is this what they're like?
Or even if we talk about the printing press, I'm gonna use that example because it's like, okay, we could sit here and say, yo, I love quill pens and I love writing things down and the way that the page hits the pen, you know, that's why I write. But then somebody invent the printing press and it's like, yo, but you could, your stories have legs now. People can read your stories. Your stories can get, no.
Still writers.
But there's still writers with Tata. But
I genuinely hate Timbaland's Yes Man. He just pops in every 10 minutes with like the worst argument of all time. He makes some insane comparison that is not relevant at all. Comparing a quill to a printer press is not the same as comparing, I don't know, like a sampler to AI. It's not, it's just completely different. It's completely new. You can't compare it.
But at the end of the day, don't cut my creativity short because it's me.
Bro, we've seen the rhythm roulette, all right?
Is devaluing music. The value in music is the effort it takes to make this shit, bro. It is so difficult to get nice. It is, that's the point. And that's the thing that Spotify is doing. That's the thing that Suno is doing. They're devaluing us as artists. And Tim, you should not be at the spearhead of this. And I granted,
this guy's spitting. Like, they're probably regretting letting this dude in here because he's saying everything that needs to be said. Yeah, all of this is devaluing music. It's not good, dude. We're not headed in a good direction. Where do you think it's going to be in 10 years? What do you think the value of music is going to be at that point? If you think it's already worthless now, what do you think it's going to be worth in 10 years?
Okay. Like, I'm having fun with the tools that are available. That's it.
So the thing is, though, everyone in the comments, we thought that you're making an AI artist.
I can't sign the algorithm.
Suno can.
Okay.
No, man, no.
It's just a headline, bro. It's just a headline.
It's just a headline, man.
Bro, that's...
I'm sorry. These guys are so full of shit. So full of shit. Maybe if you want to say signing an artist is a little bit of an exaggeration, but you are using an AI artist to release music under. It's named Tata. You've said all this weird shit about AI having soul in the past. You are the strategic advisor of Suno. That's not just a fucking headline. This is all facts. They're basically just arguing semantics and using that to downplay it. And it's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. This is like manipulation, gaslighting tactics 101 here.
Play something, right? We know this record, right? Do we know this song?
Coldplay.
It's Coldplay, right? I remember when this shit came out, it was so inspiring, so it made me want to like, yo, we gotta make music, this shit's fire. When Timbaland came out with this shit, yo, we gotta make music, this shit's fire. But if this is what's happening,
that's a whole nother game. That's a whole nother, that's some other right there.
That's not Coldplay.
sounds just like Coldplay.
No. I can tell you that. No, that's not Coldplay.
Hold on. I'm not doing
No. Hey, hold on. You talking to the king. Now, hold on.
So I'm not going to argue whether or not this sounds like Coldplay because this example sucks. Like the part he plays in the beginning and then the part that Timbaland is using, that those two things don't really sound alike to me. Maybe later in the song it does or something, or maybe he's talking about a different song. I don't know exactly. But whether or not that it's stole from Coldplay, the whole point is Coldplay's music was put into the machine learning to help give whatever was made with this to begin with. And whoever else's music, everyone's music, essentially. So it's a dumb fucking argument. And also, like, putting it in such a poor way is also helping Timbaland and his henchmen here feel vindicated. So this sucks. He did a bad job.
Saying is that the machine doesn't create, it manipulates.
No, it's what my prompt. I said indie rock.
Oh, okay, I get it. You typed in indie prompt and then you made it. You made the indie rock yourself. Okay, got it.
Make me a song that sound like Bink.
It can't say that. It will reject it. You cannot. It cannot.
Yes, you can.
You put it up there right now. I bet you reject it. Prompt that. No, prompt it right now. Prompt that right now.
If I take Bink songs, and
you said prompt. You said you're gonna prompt and say big. Say that right now.
No. I said Bink.
Say that. It's not gonna give you Bink.
I'm gonna figure out the prompt that's gonna give me Bink.
I bet you don't. I bet you don't.
Actually, Timbaland's wrong about this. At one point, you can't do it anymore, but at one point, you could actually just copy paste the tags of whatever artist and song you wanted off of Rate Your Music and stick it into Suno, and it would literally spit out a nearly identical copy of that artist. They were doing it with Blade and a bunch of other cloud rap artists. I talked about it on my channel before at one point. Maybe I'll link in the description. So as you can see there, he just copy and pasted the exact same tags. Generated the songs. It takes at least a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes or so. So obviously fast forwarded it. That's weird. That's literally Blade's voice. Feel the frost as my heart takes flight. But they actually did patch it out. So it's a bit harder to like prompt something that will copy, like do like a carbon copy of whatever artist. It's just another thing proving that it's like, it's just fucking stealing. It's just stealing things and giving it a new paint job.
And I know that you're saying that we have to embrace AI as a creative tool. But we have to admit that it can cheapen the music. It can reduce opportunities for real artists for the next generation and undermine the soul
I disagree with
of
that.
what music
I
is
disagree with
supposed
that.
to be.
I disagree with that. I disagree with
it's
that.
gonna
I disagree with that. Hey, look, no. Either you got a talent in music, it can help out. To some people, it's like me. When I started off, I used different things to make it. People told me I wasn't a producer.
He's not going to give a real reason. Let's be honest. Generative AI is currently taking away opportunities from real people. Any sort of background music is easily being replaced. I've seen lo-fi playlists that are completely generative. I'm sure there's quite a bit of sync music opportunities being taken away from generative AI. I'm sure plays are being taken away on Spotify from generative AI. And I can guarantee you even more opportunities will be lost in the future. Like, come on. Let's not play stupid here. Mark my words. If nothing changes, come back to this video in a few years and tell me how this is aged.
Where did Suno get all of the information to pump out songs in 5 seconds?
Us.
So if it's us, what does that mean? Like us meaning who? Because I was able to
The whole of music.
Yes, I was. Well, that's what the whole negotiation is right now, right? To get all the back catalog into.
Hold on.
Right?
First of all, hold on.
No, let's be clear.
No.
I need to overtalk.
No, she said the back. I want to explain.
I need to overtalk. No. Stop. I'm not letting y'all do this.
Go ahead.
Let's get it real. This is good. I need to overtalk. They been did it. What they doing is they going to court to pay for it. They got sued already, and they had to show in court. Yes, I did take it from all of music. Yes. They going to pay for it. They already did it. Go ahead. I'm stop. Go ahead.
The AI model.
Y'all want. They already did it.
Go. You gonna run your high blood pressure up.
Honestly, feel sorry for Young Guru because Timbaland and his henchmen, they're either extremely ignorant or extremely disingenuous. I'm leaning way more towards disingenuous at this point, except for the computer stuff. I think he doesn't understand how computers work at all. But honestly, I feel like Timbaland was trying to like sneakily slide in some bullshit. He was trying to like pull some fucking gaslighting lies about like what Suno was trained on until Guru started raising his voice. This guy fucking sucks, dude. He really fucking sucks.
There's a responsibility that we need to understand that if we want music to stay original and human and real and soulful, we cannot continue to condone this.
And this is part of the problem. We should not have large artists and producers encouraging this sort of thing or even being a part of it. A reminder, Timbaland is a strategic advisor for Suno. I can't think of a bigger conflict of interest when it comes to having an opinion on Suno. He's compromised at this point. He's going to argue for it until the sun comes up. And we know why he's awake till the sun comes up. He's way too influential of a figure to be involved in this.
So what do you suggest?
I'm not a lawyer, but I know that if my music is going to be used, I better know that it's being used to train the model.
And get compensated for it.
I'm going to be compensated for it.
I want artists to get paid. Fuck that broke artist shit. Fuck that. Fuck the broke artists. You need to get compensated for it.
Yeah, we all agree with that.
Yeah, we agree with that. I agree with that.
Okay, great. Then pay out the people whose style you're using in Suno. Pay out that employee that's suing you.
So
1000%.
everybody that's using it right now, I know you're prompting it with words, but Tim, most people are prompting it with uploads.
Which is, if it is copyrighted music, it is against the terms and all that.
It is.
Yeah, they're so fucking disingenuous, dude. It's insane. If you're so against it, then why are you using it to begin with? It's trained on copyrighted music, but it's against the terms of service to upload copyrighted music directly into it to use it. That's bad. But, the thing that we're hiding and being sued for, that's okay. Stop pretending to be against it. If you were against it, then you wouldn't use it at all.
You guys have the power to be our voice. That is what I'm saying.
Well, that's why we on this live.
That's exactly why we're here.
Why you think we here? Why you think? Because everybody got mad at me.
Tim is trying so hard to downplay this, and it's pretty fucked up, dude. He's a strategic advisor for Suno. I've said that a bajillion times. I'm just trying to drill it into your heads. People are mad at him for a lot more than just the AI artist thing. This is just the toothpick that broke the camel's back. He's acting as if all these other things over here haven't happened too. And it's just this one thing here, but not all these other things.
My favorite producer was Jay Dilla. I literally just copied him to the T. Even to the point of stealing his drums and his snares. We've all done it, we steal each other's drums and all that stuff, or sample each other's drums. So the reason why I'm not threatened by AI personally as a creator is because I know I make better beats than Suno. But what I did back in the day is no different than what the computer's doing. It's just a computer doing it.
This guy's a fucking idiot, dude. It's copying it precisely at an extreme speed over and over, millions of times faster than a human could ever do it for a large amount of people. The problem is how that's cheapening art and creativity on a large scale, and it will at an extreme rate. The problem isn't just copying. It's like, you guys decide, disingenuous or downright fucking retarded.
Are people afraid of AI because they feel threatened that they're not good enough to make good enough music? Or is it, oh, you're just AI, you can't make music as good as me, but I can use you as a tool to make better music?
It's not even a matter of being afraid of AI. I just don't want to live in a world where one of the few art forms I actually care about is just being done by computers. And I love computers, but I don't want them to be doing the creative aspect of it. Why would you want that unless you have no creativity left inside of you?
Because I gotta say this, and they said, I did say something that was crazy one time. I said the AI has a soul or something like that. But what I actually was saying, is that what I really meant. I think I just got excited because I figured out some key things that made me feel like I was pairing with.
I actually have the real quote here pulled up. You can feel the pressure of the dividedness, and I hate that this whole election divided us. What I mean by that is it's divided the music. The music sounds bland. It sounds boring. It lacks excitement. While we frequently discuss AI, I believe it's the only entity that embodies a genuine soul right now. It allows for the expression of true feelings, resulting in it coming out beautiful. Now, does that sound anything like he was saying here? Does that sound like he misspoke? That sounds like he said that very intentionally and very eloquently, be it maybe kind of insane and dystopian. That does not sound like a mistake to me. I feel like he's trying to walk it back and act like it was an error.
With this tool, you understand? So what it really was, I was learning how to prompt to get my rhythms. And then I did this interview. I was like, oh, it has more soul or something, but it was just the wrong terminology. What I really wanted to say was I've learned how to pair it to what I'm doing, to make it feel good.
I mean, honestly, I think he's just trying really hard to cover his ass here. He was fine with this quote going around for months and months before this, while also being the strategic advisor of Suno. But now that he's receiving a bunch of backlash, he wants to be like, oh, I misspoke. I think I meant something else. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a small error of communication to me. It seems like he felt that way, or he's trying to help promote Suno or something. And then now that he's getting a bunch of backlash for all of this AI shit, he wants to walk it back and act like, hey, that was a little mistake I made there. Can you forgive me? Don't get me wrong. There's a world where you can take back all this shit, but be honest about it. I don't think he's being honest here. That's my opinion, at least.
I'm telling you that you, as Illmind, There's nobody that can do what you do. I'm trying to defend you.
This is kind of fucked up, but I think a real solution that would actually work is to troll all these pro AI artists, okay? Make some parody of their artist name. Make it really close, but it's a parody, right? You know, something like Timbascam or Shillmind or something like that. Then just spam upload carbon copies of their music in their style. Water down their brand until their brand and sound are completely meaningless. Maybe they will get the point of how this is an issue at that point. Maybe seeing the negatives of it would help them understand that this is not just a good thing. There are definitely cons to it too. For some reason, they're just not getting it though. I'm not going to do this, but it's an idea. There's an idea, guys. Here you go.
I just want to say this. When streaming came about, we were all excited about this new technology, this new format. It's a technology company. It's worth $138 billion. Okay. The CEO has cashed out almost $900 million. The co-founders almost cashed out $600 million. Okay? I want you to let that sit in for a little bit. And what have we done? We did nothing. And now it's
19
too
keys.
late. It's too late. It's too late. We're getting paid .000.
Let's bring 19 keys in.
We got to get somebody off.
I feel like this perfectly encapsulates this entire 4-hour live stream. This girl's spitting right now. She's fucking spitting. And Timbaland is just excited about the next guest coming on. He's just talking over her. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to hear it. He just wants to like give this image of trying to hear people out. You know, he's trying to make it seem not as bad.
AI artists are AI artists. Do not be afraid. All you have to do is continue to work on your craft. Y'all are lazy.
Yo, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, nah, but see, I ain't. Nah, you know what? You know what? We're not gonna. We're not. I ain't want to do that. I ain't gonna do that.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Turn the mic up.
The truth hurts, dude. The truth fucking hurts.
You all are lazy. You want things to be given to you, handed to you. And
I'm
it's
gonna walk
not
off
gonna
on this
happen.
one.
Now more so than ever.
I'm gonna walk off on that one. Go ahead, James.
Yo, Swiss just got in.
I know. I saw Swissy trying to call. Hey, Swiss, I'm gonna get you right back. This get deep.
Instead of complaining about some AI artist,
Like, dude, like Timbaland is just like proving himself to be even more of a disappointment. Like, he somehow made it worse, in my opinion. And the thing is, a majority of people are not going to sit through or haven't sit through this 4-hour live stream. But this is part of the reason I wanted to cut out some clips from it and try to like give you a condensed version of the things I saw happening. Like, there was more than this, but you know, this is just the stuff I felt like talking about or I felt like was interesting or worthy, you know? But like, dude, it hurt his feelings to be called lazy. And it's true that Rhythm Roulette was lazy. And he's just become a disappointment, dude. He can't even hear out the people who are criticizing him. So I gotta say, this was painful. Extremely painful to get through. If you thought this video was hard to get through, try watching the 4-hour live stream of this, all right? I dare, that's a challenge for you, okay? I really respect Young Guru a lot more after this. But let's be honest here, nothing was built, sadly. I wish. Him and that chick were spitting. Honestly, I think Timbaland is just too and far to like morally act on anything involving AI. Like, was he just going to turn around and be like, I quit. I am no longer going to be the strategic advisor at Suno. I'm no longer going to prompt for 8 hours a day. I feel like he showed us who he really is over the past few years, and he's still showing us who he is in this live stream. And it's just disappointing, man. It's just disappointing. You know, they say never meet your heroes. I feel like it's more like never watch your hero's live stream or never look up your hero on Google. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Let me know down in the comments. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here. If you want to stay up to date to the music and music production news and sometimes drama. This is a little bit more of a drama arc here. It was too important not to cover though. If you want to support the content and what I do here, consider joining my Patreon or becoming a channel member. For as low as $5 a month, you get access to exclusive content, outtakes, and other goodies. I also have a plugin boutique and Sounds affiliate link down in the description. If you buy anything through those links, I get a cut of the money you spend at no extra cost to you. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.